True Food Kitchen is a restaurant whose offerings are inspired by healthy eating and features a rotating menu that lets guests experiment with dishes made from the freshest ingredients year-round. And the restaurant is as much about transparency as it is variety. It features an open kitchen and food prep area that puts diners right in the middle of the action. We talked to Chef Randall Matthews about seafood offerings and the role suppliers play when it comes to menu ideas and sustainable sourcing in this edition of Hooked. There are so many different species. Do you find that you can plan one dish but then use different species depending on the season?
If you start with the basis of the flavor, the texture, and what that piece of fish brings to the table, then you can kind of vary between fish, but you can keep the same set. So for example, steelhead and salmon are really alike, so you can kind of use those one and the same.
True Food Kitchen is finding success with less familiar seafood species to consumers like sea bass and steelhead. How are you confident that diners would, choose these options?
People love two things. One, they love choice, but they also love to experiment. So if you can give them both, still having a couple different seafood options, but still giving them a sense of experiment, like they're kind of trying new things.
So much of the culinary world is really understanding the synergy between farmed and wild fish and the role they play in sustainability. Your menu features both farmed and wild fish. How do you think chefs can get educated about this?
The best way, honestly, is to just contact your local seafood purveyor. You can speak with them, they can kind of give you a rundown. They love that. They love having conversations about sustainability, farm raised, wild caught. So I definitely think they play a large role in producing from start to finish that beautiful plate that we put on the table.
It appears True Food's philosophy is about trust. Trust your staff enough to make them the center of the house. Trust diners enough to go with their sense of culinary adventure. And trust your suppliers enough to keep your kitchen hooked on a variety of delicious seafood.